Not sure where your brand is headed? Or maybe you're confused about who you're trying to reach? Then you could be lacking a clear brand strategy. In this video, you'll find out what a brand strategy is, as well as a few questions to ask yourself before you begin to define yours. Hi, and welcome to Weekly Brand Tips, brought to you by Elements Brand Management. Weekly videos designed to help you unlock your brand's potential so you can stand out from the competition and create impact. Please remember to subscribe using the button below this video so you never miss any of our content. And if you hit the bell notification, you'll be notified every time a new video drops. One of the things we do at Elements Brand Management is help brands build, shape, and create their brand strategy. And with this video, we hope to help you do the same. So what is brand strategy? Well, let's start off with the definition of the word strategy. A plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim. So how does this fit into the context of your brand? So brand strategy is a plan of action to reach and resonate with your ideal customers in order to achieve your goals and objectives, grow your brand, and achieve long-term success. Another way of thinking about it is your brand strategy is a plan of action to grow, shape, and build your brand. When some people think of brand strategy, they think of a strategy to reach your audience. Others think of it as a strategy that includes everything you do as a brand, so every touch point that you have, and others think of it as a way to reach your vision, so your brand's vision, those objectives. Now, each of these is right, and all of them are right. So your brand strategy is tailored to the individual brand. So each brand lives in its own ecosystem, its own marketplace, has its own unique characteristics, its own unique brand platform, and exists and lives with its own unique set of competition. So no brand strategy is the same, and each one incorporates all those three things, but in different magnitudes and different ways. So if you think about sports teams, I'm a big football fan, or soccer if you're in America, and if you were to look at, say, playing a Liverpool team at the moment, they are fast attacking, counter-attacking play that uses a lot down the wing. So if you were setting up against this team, for example, your strategy would be one way of dealing with that particular threat, and you would set your team up to sort of compete with that team based on its unique structure and how it sets itself out. If you were to play Manchester City, then you might be in for a game of low possession football. So you probably won't have the ball as much as they will, and therefore you need to be able to counter-attack and break when you get a chance. So you would set your structure and your strategy up differently than if you were playing Liverpool. So this is the same with the brand strategy. Each one is different and each one is unique to the brand in question. Now, the strategy itself is going to be about reaching your objectives and goals, which is obviously going to be through reaching your ideal customers. But there's also aspects of your strategy that might include business development or product development or reaching out to partners, affiliates, sponsors. All these things can build up in a strategy that will help you achieve your sort of long-term vision while still reaching your ideal customers, and making sure that your internal team also is part of that brand strategy. Because if a brand strategy is about building, growing, and shaping your brand, that also includes the internal part of your brand as well, so your internal culture. So your job when defining a brand strategy is to understand who their ideal customer is, what goals and objectives they have, and how their brand is set up. What's their brand platform like? What makes them unique? And where are they headed? A brand needs to define three things before building a brand strategy. Who are you trying to reach, or your ideal customers? What are your goals and objectives? And how do you define long-term success? Your strategy should encompass the answers to these three questions, and it should also help the brand reach their target audience, double down on what makes them unique, delight your audience, and resonate with them in a way that builds trust and loyalty, build internal culture and motivation, and help you decide where and how to market your brand. Comment below and give me a yes if you already have a brand strategy in place, and know if you're looking to create one, and throw in who is your ideal customer. Here are 3 key things to think about when you start to create your brand strategy. So number 1, how can I reach my ideal customer? So if you've already defined your target audience and you have your brand personas already built out, now is a really good time to refer to them. If you haven't, we have a video on both of these things that you can see here and here, and I'll put a link in the description below for you to be able to click through and check those and build out your target audience and your buyer personas. So how are you going to reach your ideal customer? Part of your brand strategy will be defining how you're going to do this. And this doesn't just mean from a marketing point of view or where you can reach them through the different channels you're going to use or affiliates or partners, but it'll also be through how you present the brand. So the personality of the brand, how visually it's going to be set up in order to create the most impact and resonate with your target audience. All these things kind of play into your brand strategy and how you're going to build it out in the way that you need to in order to reach that ideal customer. This could be through video, so the way that you build out your video presentations, your animations. It could even be down to your proposals or your pitch deck, could all be set up in order to reach that ideal customer and really appeal to them. So thinking about how you can reach that ideal customer through the different channels, but also presenting yourself in a way that is appealing to them and using messaging that will connect with them is a really good thing to identify in your brand strategy. Number 2, how are you going to resonate with that ideal customer? So your brand strategy should also include how you're going to communicate to your ideal customer. So what does your brand stand for? What promises does it make to your audience? How is it going to deliver this? So through identity, so visual identity, the personality of the brand, with things like this is where your brand archetype comes in, the brand personality, the tone of voice, how you present yourself to really connect with that audience on a sort of deeper level so they can resonate with it and really engage with the brand. This is some of the things you want to think about and want to inform your brand strategy. And this is really important because this is the point that often shapes a brand, makes it unique and makes it that thing that people talk about that has a little bit more of a personality about it than something else. So if you think of things like Ben & Jerry's or Dollar Shave Club or Apple, they have a distinct personality, a distinct identity that makes them stand out from the rest of the market. So this really wants to be something you think a lot about in your brand strategy, and it wants to be something that really informs it throughout. Number 3, what purpose is driving the brand, and are my goals and objectives big enough? So as part of your brand platform, you should have developed a brand vision that is preferably, say, about 3 years in the future. Now, ideally, it would be you'd have one for 5 years, one for 3 years, one for 1 year. And these sort of markers or these sort of steps to this bigger vision will guide your strategy on where you're trying to go. Now, the strategy should inform how you build your brand, shape your brand in order to reach these points. And using it should all connect to your brand's purpose. So your purpose is your reason for being beyond making a profit. So it's the thing that kind of drives your brand. It's almost like the fuel of your brand. It's the thing that it's like your North Star that helps you to align your vision and your brand so you can reach it. And these things want to be thought about right in the early stages of your brand strategy, and your purpose should run through everything. But the purpose should be almost your fuel to reach your vision. So why are you starting this brand? Why does the brand exist beyond making a profit? And how does that inform your brand as a whole? So the way it's shaped, the way it reaches the ideal audience, how it resonates with them, but also how does it help you reach that ultimate vision that you're trying to get to. Your strategy will outline this main vision, as well as the goals and objectives that act like markers along the way that you can use as measurements that you are hitting what you're trying to achieve. So your success, your measurement of success. And these things should be included in your brand strategy. So now you know what a brand strategy is, and you have a few things to think about before you start defining yours. Well, the next step is to start defining your brand platform or understanding what your brand's all about. So if you want some help with this, there is a link to a free PDF download in the description which is a PDF that's all about defining your brand. So it'll ask you some questions and it'll help you think about and plan out your sort of brand platform and give you an idea of what your brand's all about and give you a great place to start when building your brand strategy. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please remember to like this video, but also hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of our content. Videos come out weekly and they're designed to help you unlock your brand's potential so you can stand out from the competition and create impact. Have a great week, catch up soon, and keep those brands unified.